The home base for the Bridge program has been Hugh John Macdonald School in Winnipeg, Manitoba, since its inception 10 years ago. The original intent of the program was to bring music instruction to children in Winnipeg's inner city who otherwise wouldn't have access to any sort of musical instruments or instruction. What we discovered upon entering that school is it's the starting point for a lot of students who are first arriving in Canada. And as a result, you get from every corner of the globe students coming into the theater at Hugh John Macdonald School speaking all kinds of different languages. In our first year, we had 16 first languages spoken at the Bridge program. I remember the days when Wesley first came into the band, and he struggled a little bit. He would struggle with anger issues, with a lack of focus. He would lash out. You know, one minute he'd be, learning, sitting at the piano playing something, and the next minute he'd be in a fist fight with somebody else in the band. It was that dramatic.
At first, I was a very naive, very reckless and quiet boy. I was only loud when I was causing trouble, and a lot of teachers didn't like me for that. And that obviously had an effect on my day-to-day life. When the people you have to look up to always telling you to be quiet because you're ruining the class or just causing a mess, that can affect a child, right?
And something happened, for Wesley in the band where the piano got its hooks into him, and he would sit at the piano and he would play something over and over and over again until he got it. The anger that he had in the early days disappeared. The lack of focus that he suffered from in the early days of the program disappeared. He would focus like crazy on learning his part on the piano.
Yeah, I think it's just...
It changed me for the better, because no longer was I being loud because I needed attention, because I had attention now. I had attention with the Bridge.
Neil was always at the school, Hugh John, and I got invited to join by friends. So I ended up joining. I was very an outcast because I didn't know anyone and I was very shy, so I was kind of just on the sidelines.
Autumn came into the band as a grade 7 student. She was, as I recall, very, very shy. She sang a little bit, very quietly, very off mic, away from everybody else. And she played a little bit of bass as well. She's actually got some really great skills on bass. But she took a shining to being a singer. And over the 3 years that she was in the program for grade 7, grade 8, and grade 9, she just sort of ascended. Her confidence grew, her leadership skills grew, and she became kind of this sort of centerpiece of our band and a superstar. So much so that when she graduated from the Hugh John Macdonald Middle School and went on to high school, I kept bringing her back for performances and looking for opportunities to feature her.
So I was in the program for grades 7, 8, and 9, and then in the summers I would join Neil for those little gigs we have. I have a great team and a lot of practice, so after all those years I kind of just gained confidence.
So a number of years ago, she came and she sang "You Are the Sunshine of My Life" with the Winnipeg Jazz Orchestra. And stood up on stage in front of 320 people and belted this song out and sounded just amazing. She's now graduated from high school. She's pursuing a career in social work. And her ascendancy just continues to rise, and I'm so excited to see what trails she blazes in her chosen field. And I like to think that our bridge program had a little something to do with that way back at the beginning.
I want to be a good example for young Indigenous children out there, that no matter what you want, no matter what your dreams are, if you fight for them, you can eventually reach your goals.
I do invite my friends or family over sometimes to watch, and all they say is good things. Well, usually I get very nervous, but then when I'm on stage singing, it gets better. So I'm like, why was I nervous? I'm doing good.